Well, hello again, everyone. This particular blog finds me here in Olcott in Wheaton, Illinois, at last. My month started off in India at our international headquarters in Adyar. It's been quite a busy month. Many people don't recognize that after the convention, which you saw in last month's video, there is still life at Adyar and many things are still going on. Not the least of which was the School of the Wisdom, which attracted a number of people and was held a week after the convention closed. So I'm going to show you a bunch of those things from right there in India at Adyar, at our international headquarters. From Adyar, toward the end of the month, I went on to Singapore. Singapore has a very active group, which had almost died out not too many years ago, but under the very able direction of Sunny Chung and his wife Lily Chung, they've been able to build that group up to now more than 400 people. So it's quite an impressive group. We met on an off night, not their usual program night, but still it was a full hall of over 100 people that came for the meeting. Very good meeting. So I'll show you some shots of all of that. From Singapore, it was back to the U.S., but not quite home yet. So it was back to Crotona School of Theosophy, where the partners, the annual Partners in Theosophy program was being held. And for a year, I had been scheduled to co-conduct the program with Maria Parison. Unfortunately, Maria was not able to do it, so we still were able to have quite a good program with myself, Betty Bland, Pablo Sender, and none other than Joy Mills participating. So an excellent program. Show you some shots of that. It's always a good time to get together with fellow theosophists, students of theosophy, and people who are really investing themselves in building up the work of the TS. So it's a good time. Show you some of the people and some of the faces involved in all of that. Not least of which was time to spend with John Kern. So that was Crotona, and from Crotona I came on to here. One of the wonderful things I'm also going to give you a chance to see some shots of is after the convention there are a number of people who had come to Adyar from various parts of the world, Austria, the United States, the Netherlands, different people who had come specifically to help with very specific sorts of things, from architecture to IT, electrical engineering, specifics with the archives. So I'll show you some shots of these folks who are really lending their time and their efforts toward the trying to improve and trying to put new things in place at Adyar. So a lot of things in our little short video. I hope you enjoy it. Here it is. Following the convention, there were a number of things that were done, one of which was some of the retired workers. We gave them saris and lungis, which are the male dress. So that was something that we did. Also, there was a graduation ceremony for our UNATI, our vocational training center that works there right at Adyar. We had a chance to actually announce a significant raise to all of our workers, which was something that was we had been worked very hard on trying to get that to happen. Of course, there was also the School of the Wisdom with Kim Dew, which the final session took place after the convention, which is normally the way that it goes. There's a short break and then things go on from there. We were planting trees in the meantime. Canada had not been represented with a tree from their country. This is some of the decoration for Pongal. My wife convened a meeting of some of the women there who are very active in the beautification of the campus. So a lot of things go on. We had a program on liberation through the arts, which I had to inaugurate. Very fascinating lecture by an artist musician who took place in it. There are a number of people who came after the convention and during to help with us. This is Raphael Langerhorst, who comes from Austria. This is a computer that he has made himself. It's about the size of a cigarette pack. Leonie and her husband Minor, Lyle from Indralaya were there. All these folks were doing a number of things. Nancy Sechrist with TOS came. We had Hilma and her husband Michiel Haas, who is an architect, who was very deeply involved in analyzing the buildings and some of the things that we're going to have to do in order to upgrade our campus. Our own Janet Kirshner there to the right in the middle came to work on the archives. Amit Goswami drop by just for a little afternoon visit. One of the things that people know who have been to Adyar is that there are a number of different temples for many of the different religions. Liberal Catholic Church is this one, but there's also some that are not even depicted in these shots. This is the Zoroastrian temple, and of course the Bharat Samaj, the Hindu temple. So after it was all said and done, we said our farewells, and then it was on to Singapore. Singapore, of course, is a highly developed, bustling city that really can go over the top in terms of its development, but had a chance to meet with the Lodge group there, which is a group that had almost died out, but now is quite a thriving group. They called a meeting on an off evening and had to set up extra chairs for the overflow crowd of more than 100 people. Also, some of the young people had a chance to come, and we had a chance just to spend some time together with the younger members of the Lodge. From there, it was on to Crotona, the beautiful Crotona, where every year at this time they have the Partners in Theosophy program, something that I look forward to from year to year, as do many. Crotona is a beautiful campus, 100+ acres of just beautiful land on top of a hill in the city of Ojai, and it has many, many beautiful corners that as you walk you'll find. Lush vegetation of the Mediterranean type. So we had a group of about 40 people that had attended for a program on the three objects of the Theosophical Society. Our own John Kern was there, and he was able to participate in the program as well. John and his wife Anne. Nelda Samarel is the director of the Partners program. Here I am with Nelda. Also Guru Prasad and his wife Vimala. Guru is the head of the Crotona Institute. And so a lot of the time, during the breaks, actually, some of the wonderful things actually happened during the course of the program. This is Doug Keene, one of our board of directors. So a number of people were there. Dorothy Bell came from Australia. We had people from Illinois. We had people from all over the states. The program went on for almost a week, and it was something where Joy Mills, myself, Betty Bland, Pablo Sender, all participated in the program. One of the afternoons there was a panel that included Robert Elwood and all the other people involved in the program. Each day was a little bit different, and each day we had an opportunity to do something, break new ground. We had a dinner specifically for the partners involved in the program. And on Tuesday evening was the meeting of the Lodge, at which John Kern spoke. So it was an overflow crowd that came to really hear John talk about his experiences and his father's experience in putting together the Kern Foundation that has been so instrumental for the Theosophical Society throughout our history. There was even some song, "O Hidden Life," put to music by Dorothy Bell. Each of the partners and all of the participants in the program gave a presentation, each one about different sorts of subjects related to the three objects, or in the case of the partners, their specific projects that they had been working on. So that was something that took, of course, over the course of 2 days. Of course, there are all sorts of mundane things that go into all of this sort of travel and affairs. So one of the things that did come up too, there was some filming that was done for an upcoming video presentation, television, called The Esotericist. And it's a fellow by the name of Justin Wilkerson who had contacted me, and we did the filming. It's going to be involving me and a number of other people from around the world for this program that's probably going to be on cable TV. I ended up my time at my sister's school talking to middle school kids about India and a little bit about the Theosophical Society. So I leave you with some scenes from around the world, beautiful places from my travels.